It is absolutely one of the smartest little ideas on the new expandable hose. So many different hose designs have come out in the last 5 years. There's been flat fireman hoses, but the problem with a flat hose is you can't put it on a reel. This is a new material that no one else in the world works with. It's called Jelastic and is brought to us from Aqua. We will ship these to you on May 5th. We launched them to the nation less than a month ago, and already over 35,000 of them have been picked up. The reason being is simple. Here's a regular 50-foot rubber garden hose, and it weighs in at 12 pounds. The new expandable 50-foot hose from Aqua weighs in at a little over 2 pounds.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
All your gardening requires a hose. Welcome back, Sean.
Good to see you.
This is Sean Pickford. I've known this guy forever. The material, first of all, feels like rubber.
Right.
But it does something that no other rubber-like material can do. And the way it expands, most of these expandable hoses can only get bigger in diameter to puff up.
Right.
This expands in 2 different dimensions. And we can show it to you.
Yeah.
So right now, this hose plugged in looks to be about 22, 23 feet, and that's it.
Yeah, but watch, as soon as I turn on the spigot here, watch the hose. See it expand, see it growing. It expands now out to 50 feet.
It doubles its own size.
Right, but it doubles its own size. You get all the water flow that you need, whether it's hooked up to an Aqua nozzle, whether it's to a pressure washer, whether it's sprinkler.
Can I go for a walk?
Sure, go ahead.
I'll go this way. Now, so the whole idea here, when you've got a big 12-pound or more rubber hose, you're lifting all of that and carrying it around.
And notice,
that's not the easy way to do it. With this, I haven't even gotten to the end yet, and I've still got a little farther to go. Now, here's the cool part. I have all the water pressure that I would have normally had. Oftentimes, your expandable hoses will diminish your water pressure.
Right, because the way they're built, that they're also constricting the inside while they're growing on the outside.
Right.
Not the way this is designed. The double wall construction doesn't shrink down. The hose part expands out, which allows you to still get the same amount of water, same amount of water pressure.
Right.
But watch this. I turn the spigot off, all right, just like you're seeing here in the animation. When you turn the spigot off, all you do is release the water out of the end of the hose. It's really easy. By doing that, the hose then basically follows you back like a puppy dog. It almost puts itself away.
Yeah, it almost puts itself away.
Right.
This new Jelastic technology, this is the first hose we've ever offered that is using it, and it doesn't have the weight, which is important for not only you carrying it, but if you're leaving it in the garden for a while, you don't get that dead snake line through your grass, and it's easier and manageable for people who have limited space.
Right.
Folks with travel trailers or motor coaches.
We
turn the water off over here at the spigot.
Right, and you can see it's all the way out over here is where the hose is. So you'll see the hose. As I go ahead and empty the water out of the hose,
watch it shrink up.
See it shrinking up? It goes back to its original size of about 23.5 feet. So now it's so much more easy to manage. It's easy to coil it up.
Cool.
It's easy to store. It's easy to put away. And again, to turn it back on, if I go over here to the spigot, watch, it'll grow again. So that's the great thing about it. So we go from 23.5 feet.
I'm actually fascinated by a garden hose.
Well, because nobody's seen this kind of technology. We've seen the flat hoses where they puff up. And as you said, you can't put it on a hose reel. This one can go on a hose reel. Yes, you can use a pressure washer with this.
Also, you ready for this? It's cheaper than a 50-foot garden hose that's done in rubber.
Well,
a 50-foot garden hose can be very expensive. By the way, the term kink-free in a rubber garden hose is the biggest lie in the world. The reason why so many of the big rubber garden hoses are actually octagonally shaped is so that there's a flat surface for them to rest on the ground, and you find yourself having to pick them up and flip them,
right,
to try to keep them from crossing over and giving you the kink. We tied 5 knots in this one, and I don't care how tight you pull those knots, you will not kink this hose. There's one knot, there's another, there's a third,
and we
a
still
fourth, and there's one back here by the spigot back here.
Right.
You can't diminish the water pressure.
I have all the pressure that I need. I can't pull this apart, I can't kink it, I can't tie this up. The double wall construction will not allow this to crush. That's the way it's designed.
Okay.
So it expands out, but it doesn't weaken the strength of the hose as you push down on it. So it gives you all the resistance you need and all the durability you need, because you're going to drag it across the driveway,
Yep.
the gravel, the pavement, the lawn, and the great thing is you still get all the water pressure that you need no matter how much of the hose you have out. And yes, you can put this on a hose reel.
Sure.
With a flat hose, you'd have to have all of it out.
Yep.
You can have 10 feet out, 5
and still
feet
get
out.
your water pressure.
Exactly.
All right, let's show them. This is a really cool demonstration.
All right.
The Achilles heel of any hose has always been your hose ends. If they're not usually made of solid brass, which is very expensive, they don't have the tensile strength that if you accidentally step on them, you've seen the ones that are pot metal, and you step on them and they get out of round and then nothing ever works without leaking. So this is an incredibly lightweight material, and it is a form of plastic, but it's a reinforced resin. This thing, even if you ran over it with an automobile, it won't change its shape. If you ever accidentally damage a regular hose, you throw it away. There's not much you can do.
There's no way you can really fix it. So we're going to take.
But watch this. This is actually really cool.
We're going to take this guy and we're going to cut it. So we're going to cut the end off. So this is you. You just ran it over with the lawnmower because you didn't realize the kids had left the hose out.
I've done it more times than I can tell you.
All you do is unscrew this end here. All right. Going to take it. I'm going to feed it back onto this end of the hose over here. Then you're going to take this guy from the part that's no good anymore and twist it off. Then you're going to take it over to this end here, which is good, and all you're going to simply do is twist this on. Now, by me
and you look at that, it looks like, oh, that's going to leak like a sieve. Not at all.
This is the way all the new piping is done in the homes.
New plumbing.
There's a special brand of piping that begins with a P. All right? We've copied that because we said, you know what? There's a better way to do this. So when I tighten this down, I'm actually clamping these two together. I get a stronger seal than if I get something that's just stamped on like this here. So it's much more durable, and now I can repair the hose, and you still have all the flexibility to keep using it time and time again.
You'll start hearing the term Jelastic in manufacturing of many other items. First time it's ever been used in a hose that we've offered, and at $29.98, it's been remarkably popular. 35,000 of them were purchased, and we just offered it for the first time early last month.
Right.
So with the inventory that we have currently, we'll ship out on May 5th.
Yeah, that's the soonest we could get it.
Yes, because what we did is we sold out of every single piece that had been manufactured. So the folks at Aqua are manufacturing more for us, and it'll be in here in the next couple of weeks. We'll ship it out on May 5th.
And notice,
that's not too late.
And notice how you can put that away. So you don't have to have a shed or anything like that. You have an RV.
Yeah.
It's great to be able to have a hose that you don't take up a ton of space and a ton of weight. And then again, when you empty out the water, this guy here, you'll see it. It shrinks down. It makes it so much more easy to manage, so much more easy to store, and so much easier to use. Yet it has all the strength of a rubber garden hose.
Right.
It doesn't have the weight, has all the durability. Hey.
It's also impervious to UVB radiation.
Right.
Which is one of the rays that come normally from the sun. Rubber, which has been the predominant material used in garden hoses now for 100 years, is very susceptible to UVB radiation. It actually breaks it down on the molecular level. It's called plasticizer migration.
I can't believe you know that.
Well, never played Trivial Pursuit with the host at QVC. This doesn't work that way. And so it retains its strength, its durability, and its flexibility where other garden hoses weren't. And this thing weighs a fraction of the size. A rubber garden hose weighs in at 12 pounds. Yeah. This weighs in at a little less than 2.5.
So how many, I mean, to add up to the weight of that hose there, we could have multiple hoses here. And let's face it, a lot of people are going to hook one hose into another hose into another hose. And again, when you turn it on, it's 23.5 feet. It grows out to 50 feet. It's simple and easy to use. And yeah,
kind of cool.
You have all the water pressure that you need. Good thing you weren't standing there.
Our camera man believes you now. You can talk to him after the show. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Sean Pickford, thank you very, very much. Very popular at this point, $29.98. Shipping and handling, $5.50. So we come to another end of another edition of Morning Q Live, but the fun will continue. It is 9 a.m. It's Thursday. That means Susan Graver and my partner, she's going to take over, show you how it works. See you soon. Bye-bye.